I always knew I wanted to start my own company. You never know where that will lead. My name is Sarah Harrington, and I'm the owner of Create My Light. I went 10 years without doing any painting. I worked as an art director, I taught graphic design. Then I came up with what I thought was a simple idea to combine all the things I love: business, design, illustration, and get to do some painting, and this business evolved. I started making these accent lamps. At first I just made them out of stuff from the hardware store with lots of trial and error. Then I decided to actually get the bases produced. Here's where the fun begins. I met with the local foundry and discussed my ideas based on my prototypes. There were many meetings and discussions to figure out the best way and most efficient way to manufacture this lamp. We made a mold for two types of bases. One was a standard base, and one I wanted to look like birch twigs. Easier said than done. I had never carved steel before, as I'm sure many of you have not tried this before. I practiced on a 2-inch piece of steel in my brother-in-law's garage. I got advice on the internet, and I just went for it on this mold that was one of a kind, and if I destroyed it, it would be a lot of money. So I did my best, and it actually turned out really good, so I was pretty excited. The day finally comes when everything is good to go and it's time to actually pour the mold. They melt these giant bars of aluminum into this huge vat where it stays molten all day, and then they pour it perfectly into the mold that is now pressed together, and they leave it for 20 seconds. They open up the mold, these pins press out the product, and it's all set for trimming. This same process gets repeated until the end of the run. All the parts were actually poured all at once. Now they need to be trimmed apart. They separate the standard legs, there's the Adirondack legs, and there's a base that goes with either set. The extra metal is all reclaimed. The parts are then taken over to a large belt sander where the burrs are taken off. The legs and the base get tack welded together and then powder coated. Each lampshade is made to order on a specially designed machine. This makes it possible to customize each design. This whole process has been a huge creative challenge. From the painting to the manufacturing to problem solving. But that's what it takes to make a business you love.